Okay, so the question that we have on the board reads, solve the following inequalities. So one of the first inequalities that we're solving today is 9, 19 minus 2x is greater than or equal to 5 there. Okay, so the first thing that we do there, we get this expression there, put it there, like this. Okay, so now we're going to take this 19, it crosses the greater than or equal to sign, comes this side, it's going to be negative there. So I have, so this side we're going to have 2x greater than or equal to 5 minus 19 there. So here we have negative 2x greater than or equal to then 5 minus 19 leaves us with negative 14 there. So then there, we divide by negative 2 and we divide by negative 2 there. So every time when you divide with a negative number, there, the sign changes. So this here will be x will be less than or equal to positive 7 there. So this here is our solution. So let's look at the next inequality that we have there. Okay, so the next inequality that we have is 8. So we name this one B. So we have 8 minus 3x is greater than or equal to 5x minus 4 there. Okay, so on the next step here, we're going to subtract negative 8 this side and we also subtract negative 8 there. So if we subtract negative 8 this side, we're going to remain with 3x greater than or equal to 5x there minus, and there we have 4 minus 8 there. Okay, so we take the next step here, we subtract negative 5 this side and negative 5 this side. So we're going to have negative 5x minus 3x is greater than or equal to, then if we add this together, or if negative 4 minus 8 there will give us negative 12 there. So this side we have negative 8x is greater than or equal to negative 12 there. So we divide by negative 8, also divide by negative 8 there. So every time you divide by a negative number, the sign here or the symbol there on the middle changes. So this here becomes x is less than or equal to 6. So 2 into 12 there is 6, 2 into 4. So less than 3 over 2 there. Okay, so we look at the next inequality. The next inequality there is 3 open brackets x minus 2. So the next inequality that we have there is 3 open brackets x minus 2 close brackets less than 8 minus 2x like this. So then what we do here, we first get rid of these brackets here by multiplying these 3 that we have there, we multiply it by x and negative 2 is there. So 3 times x there gives us 3x minus 3 times negative 2 there gives us negative 6, which is less than 8 minus 2x there. So if we add 6 this side and we add 6 this side, then this side we're going to remain with 3x is less than this side 8 plus 6 minus 2x. So now here we add plus 2x this side and this side plus 2x. We're going to have 3x plus 2x is less than this plus this there, we get 14. Okay, so now what is x plus x there? Or what is 3x plus 2x there? We get 5x is less than 14. So we divide by 5. We also divide by 5 there. So our x there is less than 14 over 5, like that. Okay, so we look at the next inequality that follows there. So the next inequality that we have there is, that's D. Question D there, we have 4x plus 2 over 2 greater than or equal to x minus 5 divided by 7 there. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is we have to shift this so that it crosses the greater than or equal to sign. It comes this side. So we're going to have 4x plus 2 over 2 minus x minus 5 over 7 greater than or equal to 0 there. Okay, so now this here, we find the common denominator there. So our common denominator will be 14. So now 2 into 14, we have 7. So it's going to be 7 multiplied by 4x plus 2. So 7 into 14, we have 2 there. So it will be minus 2 open brackets x minus 5. Everything greater than or equal to 0 there. So now we distribute throughout here. If we distribute the 7 there, we're going to have 7 times 4. So 7 times 4 gives us 7 times 4 gives us 28 there. So 7 times 4 gives us 28x plus 14. Then there we have minus 2x plus 10 there over 14. Then everything greater than or equal to 0 there. So then here, this and this there, we have 26x. Then this and that there plus 14x. So plus 14 over, then here we have 14 there. Okay, so now, okay, so here we have 26x plus 14 greater than or equal to 0 there. So at this stage now, we can say this now is equal to, so let's proceed from there. So we have 26x plus 14 there. 26x plus 14 will be greater than or equal to 0 there. So we have our 26x greater than or equal to negative 14 there. So we have over of 26 divided by 26 there. So this there will be cancelled. Then x is greater than or equal to, so 2 there, that's negative 7 over 2 there, 13. So for that question there, our solution is x is greater than or equal to negative 7 over 13. Okay, so let's look at the next inequality that we have. So the next inequality that we have there is 2. So that's question E there. So 2 is greater than or equal to 2x plus 3 over 3 less than negative 4 there. Okay, so now here, what we're going to do is, we're going to get 2 here. So this will be 2 is greater than or equal to 2x plus 3 over 3, or 2x plus 3 over 3 is less than negative 4 there. So then, this here, we take this, we shift it the other side. So we're going to have 2 minus 2x plus 3 over 3 is greater than or equal to 0. Then this side, we have 2x plus 3 minus 4 is less than, or plus 4 is less than 0 there. So then, the next step here, the common denominator there is 3. So if we put our 3 there, so this here is the same as 2 over 1 there. So 1 into 3 is 3, 3 times 2, that's 6, minus 3 into 3 is 1, 1 times that, so just get minus 2, x like this, plus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. So then there we have 6 there, minus 2x minus 3 over 3 greater than or equal to 0. So this here we're going to have 3 minus 2x is great over 3 there greater than or equal to 0. So this here we're going to have 3, because this, if we do cross multiplication from there, so this will disappear. So we're going to have 3 minus 2x is greater than or equal to 0. So then here, we proceed with this question somewhere here. So if we proceed with this question somewhere here, we have that negative 2x is greater than or equal to negative 3 there. So we divide by negative 2, we divide by negative 2. So every time we divide by a negative, the symbol changes there. So we have x will be less than or equal to 3 over 2 there. Okay, so if x is less than or equal to 3 over 2 there, so let's work out the other part that's remaining there. So then here, the common denominator that we have for this one, so let me just write it nicely. So this one here we have 2x plus 3 plus 4 there. So this is over 3 there. So the common denominator there that we have is 3. So here we have 2x plus 3, like that, plus 1 there, because this is just the same as 4 over 1. So 1 into 3 is 3 times that. It gives us 12 there. So this here is less than 0. Okay. So also this as well is less than 0 there. So okay, so if we add this and this there, we're going to get 15. So we're going to have 2x there plus 15 over 3 is less than 0. So this here is the same as 2x plus 15 is less than 0. So then we have 2x is less than negative 15 there. So we divide by 2. That side we divide by 2. So our x there is less than negative 15 over 2 there. Okay, so that is our solution for that question there. So x is less than or equal to 3, or x is less than negative 15 over 2 there. Okay, we look at the next inequality that we have there. Okay, so the next inequality that we're solving there is, so ended on e, so we start with f there. So x squared plus x minus 30 is greater than 0 there. Okay, so if we look at this part of the inequality that we have there, this looks like this is a quadratic equation that's there. So now, what we're going to do is we find the product and the sum for this one. We use factorization method. So the product there is negative 30, and the sum is 1. Okay, so the two factors or the two numbers that when we multiply we get 30, and when we negative 30, and when we add we get 1 there. So the two numbers there it's 6 and negative 5 there. So now this inequality that we have on top there can be written as x squared minus 5x plus 6x minus 30 greater than 0 there. So then here we factorize this. What's common there is x. So our x minus 5. So what's common there is 6. So it's plus 6. There we remain with x. Then there minus 5 like this greater than 0. So we get one of these and group these two. So we have x plus 6 there. We have x minus 5 like that. Everything greater than 0. So then at this stage here, we're going to get this and equate it to 0. We also get this, we equate it to 0 so that we're able to find the critical points there. So this here, we're going to write x plus 6 is equal to 0, or x minus 5 there is equal to 0 like this. So then here, our x will be equal to negative 6, or x there will be equal to 5 like that. Okay, so what we have here, these are the critical values that we have there. So we need to test them. So we're going to draw a number line like this. We put negative 6 there, and we put 5 there. So we get the first expression, which is this one here. We put our x plus 6 like this. So here, or x minus 5 there. So then the next one there, we get the product of the two, which is x plus 6 and x minus 5 like this. Okay, so we pick, so from this point here, we pick any value that is less than 6 here, going this side, any value that is less than 6, we put it there. So if we get negative 7 there, what we're going to get there is negative. Okay, so if we put negative 7 plus 6 there, you remain with negative 1, which is a negative number. So if you reach here, when you come here, we get the same negative 7, we put it here, so negative 7. So negative 7 minus 5 gives us negative 12 there. So meaning that this is a negative number, so we put the negative there. So meaning that if we put negative 7 there, we're going to remain with negative 1. So if we put negative 7, where there's x there again, we get negative 12. So negative 12 times negative 1, it gives us what? A positive number there. Okay, so let's pick any value there. So we pick any value between negative 6 and 5 there. Let's work with 2. So if you put 2 there, you're going to get 8, which is a positive number. If you put 2 where there's x there, you're going to get negative 3, which is a negative number. So then we get the positive number here and the negative number there. When you multiply the two, you're going to get negative there. So let us test the numbers greater than 5. So if you get, let's say you get 6 there. So where there's x, we put 6. We're going to get 12, which is a positive number. You come here, where there's x, you put 6 again. 6 minus 5, we get 1, which is a positive number. So therefore, the product of the product of this number here, if we put 6, which is positive, and we've got a positive there, so it's going to give us positive there. So if you look at this expression that we have there, the values of x are only supposed to be true for x if we place them there and they give us what? A positive number which is greater than 0. So there. So meaning that the region of our solution there that we're interested in is this region there and that region there. So in interval notation, we're going to have the values of x. So in interval notation, we're going to go from infinity there to 6 like this, because it's less than, the sign that we have there is just less than or equal to, so we just put the parenthesis there. Union, open brackets, 5 as well is not included there, up to positive infinity there. So this here is the interval where x is correct for this inequality that we have there. Okay, so let's look at the next equation there. Okay, so the next inequality that we have there, that is g. So on g we have x squared minus x minus 2 less than or equal to 0 there. Okay, so now this here, this is a quadratic expression that we have there. So here we look for the product and the sum. So our product there is negative 2 and our sum is negative 1. So the two factors of the two numbers, when you multiply, they give us negative 2. And we add them, they give us negative 1 there. We have negative 2 and 1 there. So the inequality that we have now on top there can be written as follows. We have x squared minus 2x minus x minus 2 there less than or equal to 0 like this. Okay, or plus like that. Less than or equal to 0 like that. Okay, so now here we factor out the x which is common there. So we have x there, will remain with x minus 2 there. So then here what is common is 1, so we say plus 1. Then x minus 2 like this, less than or equal to 0. So then here this becomes x plus 1, x minus 2 is less than or equal to 0 there. So we get these that we have here, we equate them to 0 so that we find out our critical values there. So x plus 1 is equal to 0. or x minus 2 there is equal to 0. So there we have x equal to -1 or x equal to 2 there. So we get these values that we found here, we put them on the number line. So our number line, we draw the number line like that, we get -1 there, and we get our 2 there. Something like this. So we have x plus 1 there, and x minus 2, like this. So let me just get this and put it here. -1 there. So we have x plus 1 and we have x minus 2 like that. Okay, so now let us test these with the values and we see which region that we're more interested in for inequality there. Okay, so if we get -2 is less than -1, so we get all the numbers that are less than -1 there. So we pick any number that is less than -1. So if we put -2 here, so -2 there, we'll get a negative number there. So then here, if we use -2, we have -4, which is negative there. So here, if we put -2 there, we have a negative number, and there we have a negative number. Negative times negative, it will be positive there. Okay, so I go to the next part there. So I get any value that is between -1 and 2 there. So let us work with 1 there. So if we use 1 there, we're going to have a positive number. We use 1 there, we're going to have a negative number. If we use 1 here, we have a positive number. Here it's going to be a negative number. So positive times negative gives us negative there. Okay, so we look at the next part here. We pick any number there that is greater than 2. So let's work with 3 there. So if we put our 3 there, we're going to have 4, which is a positive number. If we put our 3 there, we're going to have 1, which is a positive number there. So here we're going to have positive there. So positive times positive is a positive there. Okay, so now we need to check in which region is the inequality going to be true there. Okay, so now if you check or you look at this here, at this stage where we have there, we have less than or equal to 0. Okay, so meaning that this has to be less than or equal to 0. So the region that we're more interested in for this to be less than or equal to 0 is this region here. So meaning that our answer there in interval notation will be -1 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 2 there. So this inequality that we have here is only true for the values between -1 and 2 there. Okay,